It seems like, including Florida. Well, Florida Governor Charlie Crist has extended voting hours there for early voting. He joins us live. Good morning to you, Governor.
Good morning, Steve. How are you today?
I'm doing fine. Thank you very much. I understand that...
And Gretchen and Peter, excuse me.
There you go.
Thank you.
Always a politician.
Sorry.
As of Friday, or rather, as of Wednesday, 1.4 Floridians had already done early voting. And I understand that some in your own party have complained, hey, why are you extending the early voting hours? I understand you contacted all 67 election supervisors to extend hours. Why'd you do it?
Well, that's right. I signed an executive order on Tuesday of this week to expand the hours of early voting. They were only 8 hours per day. We expanded them to 12 hours per day because the lines were the longest we've ever seen in the history of the state. And frankly, I was concerned about the health, safety, and welfare of my fellow Floridians, especially, we have a significant senior population in our state. And, seeing seniors in long lines for 2 or 3 hours at a time in the hot sun is just not something that I was comfortable with, nor I think any reasonable person. And we want everybody to have every opportunity to exercise this precious right to vote. It's the right thing to do, and so that's why I signed the executive order.
Governor, you're supporting Senator McCain for president. Is the issue of Professor Khalidi and Senator Obama's ties to the PLO advisor Khalidi an issue that resonates in the state of Florida?
Well, it may or may not. I think the issues that truly resonate in Florida are the issues that resonate across America, and that is taxing and spending and pocketbook issues. Those are things that Floridians truly care about, and John McCain is addressing straight on. I spent the day with him Wednesday in Miami and then Tampa and West Palm Beach, and he kept talking about this now very famous Joe the plumber and what a great metaphor he has been for Joe Citizen, or Joanne Citizen, if you will, talking about the fact that it's important to reduce taxes, to have smaller government, to make sure that, people that work so hard each and every day in small business across America and across Florida have the opportunity to spend that money on their family in a way that they think is most appropriate, to take less from them so that they can invest in their children's future and their family's future.
So, Governor,
and that's what Senator McCain has been talking about. Right.
So all this talk about Joe the plumber and Obama's comments about spreading the wealth, it may be having an impact on the swing voting groups, because in the latest Fox polls, I found this very intriguing. The independents last week, Barack Obama, they were up 9% with him. This week, only 5%. Amongst white Catholics, Obama, McCain now in a dead heat. Last week, Obama up by 11%. McCain also improving with the party faithful. Is this because of the spread the wealth comment?
I think that has an enormous amount to do with it, Gretchen. I really do. When people get ready to vote, and here we are 4 days out from Election Day, and as we know, an awful lot of early voted in Florida and other states, but as people really, the majority, focus on voting on Election Day, they're concerned about their pocketbook. They're concerned about their family. They're concerned about, how the next president will affect their daily lives. I mean, so many times we candidates think it's about us. It's not about us at all. It's about the people. And, they're deciding who they're going to vote for, and they want less taxes, and that's why I think they're migrating to McCain in record numbers.
And so far, about at least 1.5 million people, the Floridians, have already voted. And Governor, while a number of Democrats down in Florida have said early voting favors us, a brand new poll from the LA Times and Bloomberg shows that among early voters down in Florida, John McCain actually ahead of Barack Obama, 49 to 46. And with absentee ballots, according to the same poll, the GOP is ahead as well, 50% to 30%. So in the early going, it looks like some good news for John McCain, if you believe these polls.
Well, I've always felt, Steve, that, when you expand the opportunity for people to exercise their right to democracy, it's a good thing. And initially, when I signed the executive order, some in my party weren't real happy about it. But I handle it this way. I'm not the governor of the Democrats. I'm not the governor of the Republicans. I'm the governor of Florida. And my duty and obligation when I take that constitutional oath is to serve all the people. And all the people who are qualified have the right to vote. And, there are literally people dying for us to continue to have that right today. And we need to respect that, appreciate it. And democracy is a beautiful thing. And that's why we signed the executive order. I signed it to make sure that every Floridian had that opportunity to exercise that precious right.
Governor, how excited are you to be the governor of a state that could be experiencing a lot of lawyers down in your area?
Oh, great.
On November 5th, of course, 8 years ago, we were talking a lot about chads and hanging ones.
Right.
So how excited are you to know that people like Peter Johnson Jr., a very
Oh, the governor likes
well-respected
me.
lawyer.
No, the governor likes me.
Might be heading down to your state amongst the thousands of other lawyers who are there.
Governor likes me.
Potentially in a very close election.
I like Peter.
I mean, do you suspect that this could happen? Could Florida be one of those states again?
Well, let's hope not. You know, hope springs eternal, and I think we're going to have a great election in the Sunshine State. I know that we are, and I hope that we have a clear winner when it's all said and done. I don't know who it's going to be. Obviously, I hope it's John McCain, but I think we're going to have a very good election. I think it's going to make America proud, and I don't think we're going to have another 2000 in Florida.
Well, Governor, we're very impressed with the efforts you're making sure that everyone has the right to vote in Florida, and I was impressed earlier this year when you assisted everyone here at Fox and Friends in helping a young woman who needed a brain operation, and your efforts were tremendous and humanitarian and above and beyond, and so we thank you on behalf of her and all the audience. It was a great thing that you did. So,
well, that's very kind of you.
There's
But
one lawyer
you're supposed to serve. Because I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Governor.
I was just going to say, you know, I think public servants ought to serve with a servant's heart. And, you know, we have a great team in our administration. I'm very proud of the people I get to work with, and it's a great honor to serve the people of Florida.
All right, Charlie Crist, we thank